I'm very excited to have you all here. My name is Chad Davidson, and I'm joined by my colleague Deepak Mehta from ApplyBoard. Deepak, you want to say hello?
A big hello to everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar. So we have some exciting updates from Yorkville University, and we can't wait to share those updates with you.
Yes, we are very excited. We'll move quickly into our agenda. So as Deepak mentioned, we do have our school spotlight, which is Yorkville University. But first, we're going to start on why international education drives high-paying careers, in-demand skills across Canada, and then obviously how ApplyBoard can unlock success for your students. So we have two guests from Yorkville University, two speakers, David Joe and Kevin Humphreys. Gentlemen, if you want to unmute and say hello.
Of course. Good morning, everyone. As Chad has mentioned, my name's David. Very huge welcome, warm welcome from Canada. It's a little bit early, but I would love to connect with you guys, and thank you for your time today.
Yes, also a warm welcome from me as well. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us today, and really looking forward to getting a chance to tell you a little bit more about Yorkville.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Moving on to our next slide. Why international education drives high-paying careers? When we look at post-study work opportunities, they're a cornerstone of many students' decisions when choosing where to study. According to our Q3 2024 RP Pulse survey, post-study work options ranks as the second highest priority for international students when selecting the study destination. Post-study work opportunities give students the chance to gain practical in-field experience and enhancing their resumes and positioning them for long-term success. And this experience obviously is crucial in a competitive global job market, allowing students to stand out. Now, obviously within Canada, with the post-study work permit, it offers a duration of between 8 months to 3 years, depending on the length of the program. When we talk about in-demand jobs in business, Canada faces a demand for business professionals offering excellent job prospects and pathways to stay beyond your education. Canada faces significant labor shortages in key sectors such as accommodation and food services, wholesale and retail trade, and professional, scientific, and technical services as of October 2024. And these fields present a strong employment opportunity for individuals. The top jobs when it comes to the business fields is marketing manager, supply chain coordinator, and administrative officer, which offers strong career prospects with a median salary ranging between $60,000 to $80,000 Canadian. And then in Canada, the post-study work opportunities are obtained through the post-study work permit and also through express entry programs. At ApplyBoard, there are 5 pillars for you to succeed in taking your students from learners to earners, and they are reach, speed, expertise, convert, and our one-stop shop. So let's take a look at the first one. When it comes to reach, ApplyBoard connects you with over 1,500 partner institutions worldwide and over 140,000 published programs. Our advanced filters, such as the postgraduate work permit available tag, ensure students find programs aligned with their goals quickly and efficiently. When it comes to speed, in today's fast-paced environment, speed is crucial. ApplyBoard partners with institutions to deliver application decisions in as few as 2 business days. And we also offer Abby, your personal AI advisor, able to provide answers to any questions on our platform in regards to applications such as requirements and enhance efficiency for both you and your students. When it comes to our expertise, our insights are unmatched. With the data driven from our vast network of institutions and partners, stay ahead with updates on top programs, labor market trends, and policy changes. As you can also tap into resources like our blogs, webinars, and newsletters for actionable knowledge. When it comes to convert, with a 95% application success rate, ApplyBoard ensures students are supported from pre-application to enrollment. Our quality assurance process matches students to institutions efficiently and effectively, and we are a one-stop shop. From GICs to loans, language and test prep vouchers, ApplyBoard provides all the tools students need to succeed in one convenient place, reducing barriers to studying abroad. We offer discounted test preparation vouchers. We've partnered with trusted institutions like RBC and TD to provide GICs, streamlining visa processes for students heading to Canada. Our loan services ensure fast and accessible funding. And I'd also like to touch more on that in our next slide. So a little bit more on the ApplyBoard student loans. One of the most significant challenges for international students in securing financial resources they need to make their study abroad dreams a reality. At ApplyBoard, we simplified this process with our student loan services, tailored to meet the student's unique needs. From the moment a student starts their loan application to the disbursement stage, ApplyBoard provides a dedicated loan manager to guide them every step of the way. We partnered NBFCs to offer loans that require no guarantor or co-signer in many cases. Our system is designed for speed. Students can receive a tentative sanction letter within 30 minutes from 625 institutions, and full loan approvals can be processed in as little as 72 hours. And also, you can benefit from the referral bonuses, such as a 1% referral fee on the first loan tranche. And it's a win for everyone involved. Now, I've finished my little spiel. I would like to pass it over now to our speakers from Yorkville, and David and Kevin. Please take over.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Chad. Before I get started, I know there's a couple questions already. The session is being recorded, as far as I know, and we do have a question and answer section, so the Q&A section. So if you do have any questions, I strongly encourage you to put your question in there. One of us, whoever is not talking or speaking, will do our best to answer those questions. And at the very end, Deepak will be able to give you some contact information for our amazing team from ApplyBoard and also our regional team that is assisting Yorkville University as well, so that if you want to get in touch with us or if you have questions afterwards, we can definitely assist you as well. So having said that, we will move along with the presentation. Why choose Canada? Why choose Canada now, right? I think that's a very important question with everything that's going on with the policy changes. Even though we are having policy changes through our immigration department, the pillars on why I chose Canada hasn't really changed. We still have very affordable living in compared to other Western countries or developed countries. We have very strong economy, and we are a multicultural society. And I think the last one is especially true, whether you're living here, whether you're studying here or working here. This is definitely one of the huge impacts about choosing Canada is our diversity, and that's what makes us very unique inside classroom here at Yorkville University, and also just living here in Canada as well. And as you can see, we decided to put a couple of our trademark Canadian pictures there for you. So from coast to coast, we have 4 different seasons. We have abundance of natural beauty, as you can see right here. And because Yorkville University is in both Ontario and BC, our students get to experience the best of both worlds, which Kevin will touch upon later on in this presentation. And so Canada and Yorkville here in 2025. We have recently received our 2025 allocation for provincial attestation letters, and we are ready to issue them to our potential students. We are invested in student success from day one with a team of 5 regulated Canadian immigration consultants ready and dedicated to provide expert complimentary guidance on study permits, visas, to ensure the best chances to all of our applicants. We here at Yorkville University are committed to maintaining access to bursaries and scholarship for all of our students, and our undergraduate degree programs remain eligible for postgraduate work permits for anyone that comes to our institution. Our housing and job markets here in Canada continues to rebalance. So that means there is going to be more jobs and more affordable housing for our students and students who are coming to Canada. And all of our students, international students, can work up to 24 hours a week, whether they work here on campus or they do decide to seek employment off campus as well. Now, despite the recent changes, I strongly believe that Canada remains one of the top destinations for high quality education, as well as work and life balance.
All right. As you can see, Yorkville has presence across the entire country, starting from the beautiful Vancouver, moving across to the middle of the country to Toronto, and our wonderful virtual campus as well in Fredericton, New Brunswick. So we are covered from coast to coast in very diverse and beautiful cities known for their multicultural and international business hubs that they are. And that leads us to the question of why Yorkville? So we are known for flexible learning. We have the ability to have custom course scheduling for online hybrid course options for work-life balance, especially for our students that are working and are interested in having that flexibility to be able to optimize their time here in Canada. We have accelerated degrees, so that's allows our students to graduate faster with our year-round study options. We also provide optimum credit transfers based on previous learning. We have year-round start dates, so students are able to start in January, April, July, and October. We have affordable tuition and flexible payment plans for those students once they start. We have scholarships and other financial aid options available. We definitely are positioned as one of the most affordable universities in Canada, and we do like to celebrate that with a high quality degree that's available at a very affordable price. Career services, so that's something that we do have available for our students. Allows them, we have a dedicated team that they are able to visit and able to take advantage of to help with their resume building, for their interview preparation, and also job placement. We have experienced faculty, so students are able to learn from industry experts who are guiding their careers. And of course, our post-graduation work permit eligibility for all of our degree programs. So that allows students to be eligible for up to a 3-year post-graduation work permit. And a little bit of a contrast between Toronto and Vancouver. As you can see, both beautiful cities in their own rights. In Yorkville, we have over 100 students represented in classrooms, so over 100 different nationalities, and we like to celebrate that. So we have a lot of diversity, just like Canada. We have over 3,500 international students, and of course, we have 5 wonderful undergraduate programs. Our programs are in Toronto. We have our Bachelor of Business Administration, Project Management. We have our Bachelor of Creative Arts, Bachelor of Interior Design. Those are all operated out of Toronto. And then in Vancouver, we have our Bachelor of Business Administration, with our specializations in general management, supply chain management, accounting, project management, energy management, and we also have our Associate of Arts program based out of our Vancouver campus. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to David to talk to us a little bit about our Bachelor of Business Administration.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Kevin. I was just trying to answer a couple questions at Q&A. I'm glad to see that everyone is jumping in, and hopefully I did an okay job at answering your questions. In terms of Bachelor of Business Administration, this is actually one of my favorite things to talk about, not only because that's what I did in school, but I just feel that this is such a unique program that you get to learn a little bit of everything. You learn about accounting, you learn about economics, you learn about business management, just everything that we would prepare the student for to enter the workforce. For me personally, for example, I would say 3 different career change, going from banking in the financial sector to student services here at higher education. Now I'm at student recruitment. All those 3 industries have definitely allowed me to use my BBA degree in various different ways. And for our BBA, you can finish it as few as 2.5 years. As Kevin mentioned earlier, we have 4 different starts. Tuition after our ApplyBoard bursary is around $73,000. And also, if you were to include our entrance scholarship, it drops down even more to $63,760. It is access to postgraduate work permit for our students. It's very small classroom sizes for our students as well, very hands-on and supportive faculty. And I think that is very important because the students does get a lot of time to engage not only with the faculty themselves, but also with their fellow classmates, be able to work on presentations, have great engaging and quality class conversations, which will help them learn and really understand the class material that's being taught on that day. And moving over to the next slide, we can see there are a couple of different career opportunities or outcomes for a BBA student. As I mentioned, I was in banking or the finance sector, right? So you can definitely go into accounting, project management, energy management, supply chain. But to be completely honest, when you are equipped or when a student is equipped with a BBA degree, the world is your oyster. You can really apply for anything, either be an entrepreneur and really pursue your passion, or get into an industry that you are very interested in and really shine from there. So BBA is definitely, for me, a great opportunity for students who are interested in getting into the society and find a job that they're passionate about.
Great. Thank you so much, David, for the introduction to the BBA. Again, we really look at our programs that we have, our BBA and our BID. We consider those our flagship programs, if you will, and we're really proud of those programs. There are programs that have really and in the last several years have really put us ahead with the offerings that we have. And with that, one of these key programs is our Bachelor of Bachelor of Interior Design. It's more than just creating beautiful spaces. It's about blending creativity with the science behind design, and it's accredited by the Council for Interior Design Accreditation, CEDA. It ensures our graduates meet the highest standard, and it's the highest industry standards. And students learn not only the art of design, but also the technical aspects, building systems, materials, sustainability, and it gives them a real unique edge in the field. So interior design is really a growing industry, and the demand for skilled designers continues to rise. It's a career that blends creativity with high demand, offering exciting opportunities to shape how we live, work, and connect in the future. The curriculum, it stays ahead. Our curriculum specifically stays ahead of trends, focusing on wellness, sustainability, and technology, preparing students to really design spaces that are functional, innovative, future ready. And students have the ability to have hands-on experience through internships and real-world projects. And graduates leave with portfolios that impress employers. Just switch to the next slide there. And what we see here, of course, is, as you can see, there's a plethora of career opportunities for graduates. Often many of these begin during from their internship onwards, really. And what truly sets us apart is our community. Our faculty and alumni are dedicated to student success, offering mentorship and support beyond graduation. Our graduates go on to work with top firms, collaborate with architects, and even start their own businesses. So as you can see, there's a ton of opportunities that we have seen our graduates go on and succeed in. And as I said, they start to build these communities even before they even leave the program. They're beginning to build these networks and communities. So this program isn't just about today, it's built for the future of design. So what I want to highlight, though, is we have a big development happening to our BID program, and I want to be able to share with all of you. We've been working quite diligently over the last little while on a bit of a refresh on the program. And I really would like to ask your help to spread the word. While we haven't formally launched it, our refresh program, it's going to have a streamlined curriculum. There's the updated program reduces credit hours from 180 to 130, allowing students to graduate in as little as 2.5 years. It's a faster, more focused approach that better aligns with the current industry's demands. What that means to our students really is it's a lower program cost as well, which is significant. With a leaner structure comes a significant drop in overall tuition. This affordability really creates a stronger draw for prospective students and increases the BID's program competitiveness. What that means is overall enhanced financial support for our international students with our existing $10,000 bursary, and then also the eligibility for the $10,000 merit-based entrance scholarship, which we'll talk a little bit more about that for those that qualify. And combined, that's $20,000 that students are able to potentially have in financial support the program, which again is very significant for the program and places it in a very good position for affordability for a very robust program. So what that means really for our April students coming up, if you have students that are interested in beginning in April, and that means that our priority remains a seamless student experience. And our students they're not going to have any interruptions to their academic journey. They'll benefit from the new structure essentially immediately. All said, the program refresh is ultimately it ensures students will receive the same high quality education with greater efficiency and renewed emphasis on student-centered learning. If I could ask a favor of all of you, spread the word about the program, the changes in your conversations with your students and your prospective students, highlight the upcoming enhancements, emphasize how these changes are really going to make the BID program a little bit more accessible, affordable, and efficient, really. Reassure the students that there's no disruptions, it's only improvements, and it's a positive message will really help build confidence and enthusiasm in the program. And again, let's all celebrate the benefits, which are the reduced costs, quicker graduation paths, new bursaries and merit scholarships, and compelling reasons for students to choose our BID. So for now, business as usual, just keep enrolling the students into the program. We will roll out it'll be a gradual introduction and roll out with it'll be phased in with plenty of updates and guidance coming in the very near future. As soon as we have new marketing materials, we'll be sure to share those as well. And yeah, in the meantime, of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and be happy to help you and support you. And let's move into the Bachelor of Creative Arts. I am also pretty excited to talk to you about the Bachelor of Creative Arts program. It's actually one of Canada's only degree completion programs. It's in the creative arts, and it's more than just an arts degree. It's a launchpad for creative careers. And what makes it particularly exciting is just how perfectly it complements a diploma from one of our very own diplomas from Toronto Film School. And as you may know, Toronto Film School is actually our sister school, and it's known for practical hands-on training and in film production, acting, writing, video game design, and other related arts. And this pathway really creates a unique opportunity for students. So there's two ways that a student could join our Bachelor of Creative Arts, and one would be completing a Toronto Film School diploma. The other option would be completing an equivalent to a 2-year creative arts diploma, and that can be from anywhere as long as it's from a recognized and accredited institution. So if a student does take the Toronto Film School route, the TFS diploma provides intensive practical skills, while the Bachelor of Creative Arts adds the crucial academic and business foundation needed for long-term success. And it's really the best of both worlds, with practical experience combined with leadership and entrepreneurial skills. And the program is not just about artistic expression. It's about developing those skills to manage projects, build teams, secure funding, navigate the business side of the arts, really. We'll just go ahead and flip the slide there. And as you can see, a list of career outcomes, and this list continues to grow. This list is essentially really built off of our graduates of the program already. So graduates are equipped to launch their own businesses, manage their own careers, and become innovators in creative industries. That's the key. This is a key differentiator in the arts education landscape, really. The curriculum and program is designed and taught by award-winning industry professionals. These faculty members bring real-world experience and connections to the classroom, providing students with valuable insights and networking opportunities. And when we say real-world award-winning industry professionals, nearly all of our faculty in the program are still working in the industry. They're still gaining accolades in the industry, and they really are present and aware of everything that is happening in the industry. And students get to learn and gain experience from them. And they are, as I mentioned, they're able to gain the experience in project management and marketing and finance and arts administration, really skills that are essential for success in today's creative economy. So all said, the combination empowers those with creative mindsets to not only hone their artistic talent, but really develop practical skills needed for entrepreneurial ventures in the arts. And I'll hand it back over to David to talk a little bit more.
Perfect. So more than just a degree, we are really focused on student success as well, not only just from an academic perspective. As you can see with the different boxes on the screen right now, we have career services, we have tutoring, accessibility, academic accommodation, mental health and awareness, which are one-on-one appointments. We have our library bookstore, and of course, our diversity, equity, and inclusion. This also touch upon a couple of the questions that are in the Q&A in terms of what are the university or what are we doing about the current visa refusal, and due to the high refusal for visa and study permits, what is this university doing about it? So as we mentioned earlier, and as Kevin mentioned earlier, we have a team of great immigration advisors. So one of the things that we are doing is we're working with our immigration advising team to make sure that the application that is submitted to us, everything is correct, all the documents are there, everything is aligned with what we believe a perfect package will be. So that way we can reduce the possibility of visa refusals. And of course, with the IRCC, it's out of the control of the university, it's out of control for ApplyBoard. So what we can do on our end is to essentially just to best prepare the application and making sure that it's ready to go when it's being reviewed by the IRCC. Next slide, please. So access equals success. So we have our career assistance, which I believe is also one of the questions in our Q&A. What are we doing about internships and jobs for students? So we have our online support, for example, access to writing and math labs, and links to tutors and one-on-one support to better support our students academically. And also we have our job listings, so support in finding part-time jobs during studies and secure full-time employment post-graduation, offering support at all education stages. And the students can always come to us if they want to have a coffee chat. I'm always happy to talk to our students and to share my journey from a career perspective or even from an education perspective, just to help them gain potentially a more clarity on what they can do after graduation, give them some experience, tips and tricks, and just help them along their career path and go from there. Next, please. And I will pass it over to Kevin.
Great. Thank you so much. So we are getting a couple questions regarding the merit-based entrance scholarship. So of course we have our $10,000 bursary that is available for all of our students, all of our ApplyBoard students. And on top of that, we have this newly introduced $10,000 merit-based entrance scholarship. And who that's available for is for international students and students that are essentially able to achieve a 3.5 GPA on a 4.33 scale. It's roughly an 80% in regular percentage, which is about a 70% in CBSE. So that would, any student with those grades would be eligible for the merit-based entrance scholarship, and students with less than a 3.5 will still qualify for the regular $10,000 bursary. So it's eligible for our students in the Bachelor of Business Administration and also the Bachelor of Interior Design program. And along with the GPA requirements, students must be taking at least 2 courses in their final terms to qualify. So how it's distributed is the $10,000 ApplyBoard bursary that is offered to everyone will be distributed across the entire duration of study. However, the $10,000 merit-based entrance scholarship, that is applied directly to the final 2 terms of study. So that's why we need to make sure that students are taking 2 courses for each of the final 2 terms. And then the distribution of that $10,000 would be $5,000 per term. And basically the duration of this scholarship is from 19th of October last year to the entire end of 2025, which means that any application that you've submitted, it will be automatically considered. So there's no additional steps to apply for this. We will automatically assess all of our students and they will be notified if they're eligible with their letter of acceptance. So it's quite an offering, really. At the end of the day, it's up to $20,000 between scholarships and bursaries that students can avail. And it really, again, positions us very well for a very affordable, very robust program. And I think that it really sets us apart for being able to offer this. So admission requirements. We are in British Columbia. Of course, we need 10th and 12th year of study. We need a passport copy. Overall results must be equivalent to the British Columbia Certificate of Graduation with a minimum of 65% average. IELTS or equivalent score of 6.0, no band less than 6, or a PTE score of 58 or above for countries that aren't exempt. So we know that there's a few countries that are with us today that we are able to exempt because English is considered the first language. So that's really fantastic. We are able to look at that for an English waiver. For Ontario, transcripts from the 10th and 12th, of course, and passport copy. Overall results must be equivalent to the Ontario Secondary School Diploma with a minimum of 65% average. And our Bachelor of Interior Design has the applicants must provide a resume and a statement of interest. Same requirements for IELTS. However, we currently are offering a bit of a pilot project for Ontario, for students that are in Ontario. We are accepting one band of 5.5 for the time being. It's a bit of, like I said, it's a bit of a pilot project, and it would still need at least an overall of a 6.0, but we can consider one band of 5.5. All right. And yeah, thank you so much. And of course, keep your questions coming in the Q&A. Really happy to answer those. We've had quite a few really good questions, and hopefully we've answered them well. Of course, you reach out to all of your partners and representatives for if you think of something when we're not here.
And also just want to say from me, a huge thank you to everyone who has joined. I know Deepak has put the regional reps and his team's information in the chat, so please take a picture or copy and paste into your laptop or computer for future reference. For me personally, I will be in Southeast Asia and also Africa in essentially February and March, in a couple weeks. So if you are located in Indonesia, if you're located in Vietnam, Philippines, Kenya, Nigeria, I would love to meet. And if you have time, please connect with Deepak and his team, and then we can definitely schedule something. So once again, thank you very much for coming today. I know Deepak has a few more announcements before everyone goes with their day, but I just want to say a huge thank you for your participation today. Thank you.
So thank you so much, David and Kevin. Can't tell you how much I appreciate your time waking up so early in the morning. And I know Kevin has been doing 2 webinars. One he did last night, and today he's doing an early morning webinar. So big thanks to both David and Kevin for joining the webinar and sharing such an informative session about our BBA and Bachelor of Interior Design offerings. So very quickly, I just wanted to recap whatever was discussed in the presentation today. And we understand the student side. We understand the students are looking for flexibility sometimes, the affordable programs. And we also understand with the recent changes made by the Canadian government, the postgraduate work permit for a lot of certificate and the diploma programs at a lot of colleges was withdrawn. And hence, we see a lot of questions in the chat, in the Q&A, saying whether Yorkville still has that postgraduate work permit available for our programs or not. So let me once again reassure you that all the programs, for example, BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, all the specialization that we have, 4 specialization, which are project management, accounting, supply chain management, energy management, and then we have a general degree also available in Vancouver. They have a postgraduate work permit for up to 3 years. It has not been affected. The best part is this 4-year degree, the student can still complete in 2.5 years or 3 years at the max, right? If they choose to slow down, they can also finish it off in 4. But if they want to fast track, they can easily finish this off in 2.5 or 3 years. So that's another advantage. Plus, I also want to mention that our degree is so affordable with the merit-based scholarship that Kevin spoke about. We have ApplyBoard bursary. Any student who's applying via ApplyBoard platform is getting a $10,000 fixed bursary. There's no criteria to it. If your student is eligible for both merit-based scholarship as well as the ApplyBoard bursary, which they're getting any which ways, the fees for the BBA program, the tuition fee comes down to approximately around $63,000, right? We know that in certain Canadian universities, that's the first year cost of their bachelor's degree program. It can be as expensive. And imagine you're getting the same degree with the same kind of an accreditation, with the same value in Canada, at a cost of about $63,000. Not only this, there's a small exercise I always love to do, usually when I'm on these webinars, and I will do it again. And I want to make it more interactive. There's so many participants. I believe there are about 150 participants right now who have joined us. If you can pull out your calculators, we'll do a small calculations, little bit of mathematics, and I'll tell you how this degree is very affordable. Because the main perception of the student is degrees are expensive. Let's go for diploma or certificate programs. I just want to show you how this degree is really affordable and how your student, in case if they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing, can pretty much recover all their cost while they're in the program. If you have your calculators on, just drop a message in the chat box column, and like I said, we'll do a quick mathematics. And I'm also bringing up my calculator and sharing it on the screen. I hope my calculator is visible. If it is, then please say hi. Yes, calculator is on. Okay, I can see some people. So I'll just give it a 30 seconds more. Just pull up your calculators and I'll ask you guys a couple of quick questions so that we can do this mathematics together. Let's assume that your student is coming for a BBA program at Yorkville University. Do you remember the fees after the scholarship and after the bursary? Let's type the fees, the total fees in the chat box column, if you remember it. I'm still waiting for the responses. So the fees, yes, absolutely. I started getting some responses. So yes, estimated fees is about 63,000 CAD for the complete BBA program, right? Now, let's assume that your student is completing the program in 3 years. Do you know how many weeks are there in a year? Let's put your responses in the chat box column. I'm just looking in the chat box. Awesome. I started getting responses. So 52 weeks in a year. And assuming that your student is completing the program in 3 years, which means that they're enrolled in the program for 156 weeks. It's correct. 156 weeks they're enrolled in the program. Now, again, coming back to your chat box, how many hours are they allowed to work part-time in Canada when they're in the program, when they're studying? All right, 24. Great answer. So let's multiply 156 by 24. That comes to 3,744 hours that they're working throughout the period of 3 years, right? And would you know the average or the minimum wage rate across Toronto, Vancouver, since we have campuses in both these locations? Or let's assume, I know it is above $17, but let's assume it is $17, which is the minimum wage rate. And if you multiply 3,744 hours by 17, it's come to 63,648. So all I'm trying to say is that this degree is very much affordable. However, for your students, of course, we have the career services team here to support a student with the resume writing, help them with the job search. You can always get in touch with the alumni, the professors who are teaching on campus, your fellow students, the seniors who are already at the university can help you find the part-time job. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, chances are that you can make this degree very affordable. If you slow down and complete this program across 4 years, take your breaks, which means during the break you can work full time, then you can take out some part of your living expenses as well. And again, just to remind you, the best part about a degree program is when you apply for the permanent residency, as compared to a diploma or a certificate program, gets you more points on your permanent resident application. Having said that, I'm not a regulated immigration consultant. So when you graduate, I strongly recommend that you get in touch with a regulated immigration consultant. They can guide you better. I just wanted to show you this calculation. I also wanted to take a moment and talk about a bonus incentive that we're running on the enrollments. So if you're submitting any application between 20th of January until April of 12th, it has to be submitted with Yorkville. So you have to make sure that those applications are submitted at least a day or couple of days in advance, and a complete application with all the set of documents have to be submitted so that it has been received by Yorkville University between Jan 20th and April 12th. And if that application gets converted into an enrollment, you will be eligible for an additional bonus of $200 every enrollment. And this is available for all the intakes. Let me tell you another best part about Yorkville University is we have rolling intakes. So currently we're taking admission for April. If for some reason your students miss April intake, you can definitely apply for July. And then we also have an October intake. So this $200 bonus is applicable for any intake, doesn't matter which intake the student is applying for. But the application has to be punched in between Jan 20th and before April 12th, right? And that is over and above your commission. And again, Yorkville University would do every possible thing to help your students with all the support that they would require. So these are the few things which I quickly wanted to add. I also see another question, what deposit requires to get LOA and PAL. So the minimum deposit that we require is $2,500, but I would strongly recommend that have your student pay 1 year tuition fee before you submit a visa application, because that will make a very strong visa application, because there were a lot of questions around the visa refusals. Although again, GIC is not mandatory, full tuition fee is not mandatory, but again, it is highly recommended that the student pays a full year tuition. And if they're able to do GIC, nothing like it, because that's a very strong visa application. I see there's a question about accommodation. So David, Kevin, would you like to take, any one of you like to take that question regarding the accommodation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can take that. So we do not have our very own facilities for housing for students, but what we do have is we have a partner with Forstay that does help students to align with an accommodation that's in the right area for them at the right cost. There are also various different services and supports that we do share for students, and by all means, students can reach out to their admissions advisor to be guided to the resources that are available for housing.
And just to add on to that, just based on our location for our campuses, it really makes sense for us to have third-party services to work with our students to look for accommodation from an off-campus perspective. In the future, potentially there are, I guess, possibilities for us to build our own residence, but at this point in time, we don't. But we are focused and making sure our students find the right accommodation that they're looking for when they come to Yorkville.
And if I could add one more thing, as we navigate towards the April start, we are currently in a situation where we're able to assist students that are currently onshore in Canada that are potentially looking to maybe change their institution. There is currently a grace period where students are able to start at a new institution by simply applying for a new study permit. We're only in this window of opportunity until April. And so essentially with that, if you do happen to have any students that are in Canada, we can certainly help them to expedite that process to be able to ensure that they have applied for a new study permit and are able to join us in April. So that's something definitely to think about. And again, we can look at transfer credits, and also they would be eligible for the entrance scholarship and the ApplyBoard bursary as well. Definitely keep that in mind. That way students aren't waiting for an entirely new study permit to be approved. They can start just basically by showing that they've applied.
Awesome, Kevin. So what are you guys waiting for? Let's find your students and start punching in the applications for April and July intake. We would love to see those flow of applications and helping your students.
Absolutely.
And once again, thank you, everyone. If you do have questions, please feel free to connect with Deepak and our amazing local team here at ApplyBoard. And for some of you, hopefully I get to meet you in the next couple of weeks on my travels. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
again,
you.
everyone, for attending. And thank you, Kevin, David, and Deepak for presenting Yorkville. This recording will be shared after the session is ended in our email. And any questions that weren't answered will also be answered in that email as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for your attendance. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening. And thank you.
Thanks, everyone.